What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dagg-on Customs. Today we're going to be doing a full build breakdown on my built up Razor Mx650, and trust me, you're going to like the transformation. Okay, so first up we have these mirrors. I bought them off of Amazon. They're about 20 bucks, 25 bucks. They were actually pretty good. They came with the mount and the actual mirrors, which looks pretty good. And then next we'll start off with, I guess, the brakes. So these brakes, same thing, got them off of Amazon. They're about 30 bucks with all the cables and everything like that. Not bad. They're aluminum. I like them very much. But the only problem I do have, which is on this side, is the brake calipers. These are still the stock brakes that actually come on the bike from stock, and I've ridden it, I would say, about 30 to 50 miles, and they're pretty absolute dog shit right now. So I'm definitely gonna upgrade those and buy new ones, maybe hydros, but we'll see. Next up, we're gonna talk about the paint. So I went for a blue and white color scheme, as you can see, which is not horrible. I got it from Walmart. Again, about 25 bucks in paint. I got 2 cans just because it only, each I use probably about a can and a half for each. So you don't need 2 cans, but I would definitely just buy 2 cans just so you have enough. All the graphics and the stickers, same thing, off Amazon, about 50 bucks. They were a little bit more expensive. And now this is where I might have to make a more detailed video and explanation, but these actually are not the stock Razor plastics. These are actually CRF 50 plastics. Same thing, Amazon, about 30 bucks. I got them in all white. You will have to custom mount them to the bottom of the seat like I did, which I'll definitely probably end up showing you guys that sometime else. But next thing, which is pretty cool, doesn't really matter, but you know, we had to put the shitbox edition sticker. You know, it drives and rides, but it's still a shitbox. Now what's next is the throttle, of course. So this is a key throttle, same thing, off of Amazon, which about runs you 15 bucks plus shipping, maybe 18 unless you got Prime. You know, read your voltage, pretty good. Now we are going to get into the actual drivetrain. So, you know, I was trying to do a budget build. This whole build probably cost under $1,000, like I would say 900 bucks. So these batteries are Greenworks 40 volt 6 amp hour each. So each set, I got about 3-4 sets. This whole battery lasts about 7 miles, which isn't that bad, but it isn't that good. I will eventually upgrade the bike, but we'll talk about that after. This controller under here, if I can actually get a good angle of it, which I might be able to, under here, this is a, let's see if I can show you, it's a 72 volt DC brushless 80 amp Vevoir controller. I bought it in the kit with this 72 volt 3000 watt 4900 RPM Vevoir motor. It all comes in a kit. That kit comes in around $270, but one day I blew up the controller, so I had to buy another controller, and that was about 120 bucks. But that's not really if you don't blow it up. But one of the wires grounded and it blew up. Now, you might be asking me, hey Ben, why did you not buy a far driver? Well, here's my problem with the far driver. 1, I've never tested it. 2, I'm not exactly sure if it's that good of a controller. Everybody says it is. And also at the time, the Vevoir far driver controller was not out yet at that time. So I was just like, okay, let me buy this. And about a week after when this showed up, the far driver was finally available on Amazon by itself, which would be the same price as this controller right here. But back to the topic, which I will be doing that in one video. This motor kit and the batteries, all the drivetrain with the chargers, I would say at about 400 bucks. The frame I got for 50 bucks off of Facebook Marketplace from this guy. Had no plastic, was just a bike. It was all clapped out. I'll definitely show a video or a picture of it after this, probably at the end of the video or in the beginning. Now, yes, I know my tires are pretty shot. I know. I'm either probably gonna put this thing on supermoto wheels, or I'm just gonna buy another set of knobbies, because I'm not gonna lie, this road eats up these knobby tires. So that's why I definitely would switch to street tires, because right now in the shop I do have another build, which I'm not gonna say, but that's definitely a build you guys want to stay around for. Next, again, this is the rear shock. It's a stock one. Absolute dog water. I would not recommend. I definitely upgraded. Same thing I said with the brakes. The discs are the stock disc. Horrible. And funny enough, this whole front end, this whole frame is stock. These are the stock forks. Normally, as you guys can see how it's standing up? Normally, these bars are supposed to be up, and that's supposed to be backed. Well, I posted a video on a short of why that is now bent. I will put it in this video, but I kind of hit a jump, and with the stock forks, it's not the best. I bent my forks and I blew them out. It's pretty bad. But what I am gonna do is I'm going to probably upgrade these forks to the Ride or Die RMD shocks. And the forks, it's a lot better, a lot stronger, and they look a lot better on this bike. I might end up tearing this bike apart again and fully rebuilding it, but until any of that, let's do a test drive and show you what this thing is. Oh! Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, it's not that fast. It probably goes about 30, 35. For all you guys that have the 2000 watt 48 volt controller, you might be going 35 because these aren't the right batteries for it, but it was a budget build, of course, and let's just get to riding. Okay, so let's go for a test drive. I do have a mic on, as you guys can see, so it may be a little bit of windy, but you know, it's fine. Should do a GoPro, but we'll do it. Turn it on and make sure there's no cars coming. As we're seeing, it says 82.7. It is a 72 volt controller and motor, but you know, again, budget build, the 72 volt batteries were a bit overpriced for the budget build that we were doing for this video, but it still works. So let's get going. So right off the bat, the acceleration is not horrible. It definitely is a little delayed because of the controller. That's why I do have to get the far driver. Sorry if there's a bunch of wind noise. And that squeaking that you hear, if you can hear it, that is the squeaking from being bent. Oh, it's jumpy. As you guys can see, it's pretty fast. It's decently fast. The wind noise is probably horrible. And, yep, as you hear, the brakes are shot too. We're going to do a little wheelie test too. Yeah, these brakes are dog shit. Yeah. This thing is front heavy, guys. So it is absolute dog shit at wheeling. Believe it or not, you would think, oh, 80 volts. It's going to pop the front tire right up. But in actuality, this thing, for some reason, is front heavy. That's why I definitely want to upgrade to those Ride or Die RMD front forks, because they're a lot lighter and they're a lot more smooth. And I could hit a big jump and they won't just blow out. But all in all, it's not a horrible bike for $1,000 budget build if you don't have that much money. You know, it's definitely a good bike, definitely good to cruise around on or take off in the trails or something like that. You know what? We'll go to the trails right now and we'll go test it in the trails just a little quick. So let's get over there and let's test her out. Okay. so not horrible, but now let's go deeper in the woods and let's see how it does in all the leaves and everything like that. All in all, it definitely doesn't rip too bad, but let's take it back to the house and I want to do one more final thing with it. What we're gonna do is a burnout. This thing, it does do burnouts pretty good. Okay, maybe not. Okay, attempt 2.